So, we're here again. Hello, Disobey. How are you doing? So, let's start with the practicals. Our main sponsors and partners of this year, again, are Reactor and Accenture, respectively. Thank you for being here for us. I'm not going to read the rest of these because there's a lot. Like, we're growing. You can tell we're growing. I know we're growing. We're getting huge. And the support we're getting both from you in terms of community and from the companies that are believing in what we're believing in is amazing to me. So thank you for that. The rest of the practicals should be on the next slide, I hope. That worked. So, workshops are in a new location this year. They're straight across from the main entrance, Chrome and Neon respectively. They will close when they start. First come, first serve. So line up early. When the designated time for the workshop starts, the doors will close and nobody is allowed anymore after that. The reason for this is we want to make sure that the presenters have the piece they need to present the workshops and make it work well. Security is clearly marked, but if you see anyone behaving in a manner that is not respectful or inclusive, please let some of our organizers know, or me, and we'll handle it accordingly. This is about community and being true to ourselves. It's not about promoting individuals. Respect everyone's privacy. Don't take photos of people without their consent. Make sure in the photos you take, nothing is visible that can be identifiable. Actually, to make it easy, don't take photos at all. I know some of you will anyway, so please keep that in mind. Our Capture the Flag competition will start at 1. So for those of you who want to participate in that, it's behind the curtain. The badge this year is amazing. I hope you've all gotten yours, managed to turn it on, and found it to be in working order. There's a puzzle involved with it, and there's some cool prizes for the people who solve it. If you are one of those lucky few, I already salute you. We put a lot of effort into making it as awesome as possible for this year, our 5th year. We even themed it accordingly to 2020. Those of you who are old enough to remember this role-playing game, Cyberpunk 2020, will find cool nods to this there. There's Easter eggs, but there's other Easter eggs as well. Now, let's get to what I really want to talk about. I want to take a moment to appreciate something I read. It goes like this. Do you want to be one of those people that look back and go, we had it a lot harder when I was growing back, when I was growing up? Do you want to be one of those people that complain about things getting better? Because I don't think that's a good way of going forward. I think we should celebrate the things we've achieved and the things that are better now. Now, look at this, for example. Last night at around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, most of us got to go home and have a good night's sleep. For most of the years building up to this event, we spent most of the night making this ready for you. We've learned things. We've improved. We've made incremental updates. And I think that's amazing. Our volunteers and our core organization deserve all the credit for that. I've mostly been coming up with these visions about our future and thinking about strategy, and essentially I get to take credit of all the hard work for all the people who are doing it. I don't deserve all of that credit. You do. And the same is true in a lot of other communities besides Disobey. We have the CDSEC communities that are growing, and they're getting bigger every year. We have our Disobey outreach program that most people haven't heard about, but you should. Ask the people involved. We are going forward. We are improving. And I don't want to hear us complain about how things were harder before. Let's go with things are good now. They're not perfect, but they're better. Now, with that in mind, a lot of the things you will hear will come from sources that want to stay anonymous. Disobey operates under the Chatham House rule. That effectively means you're allowed to share the information you hear here, you're allowed to talk freely amongst yourself, but don't disclose the source without explicit permission. This should give you freedom to discuss even hard problems with other members of the community. Please keep that in mind if you are part of the press or you plan on live tweeting everything you see here or everything you hear here. We want to keep this as a community we trust. That being said, this is Disobey. So, hack all the things. Drink all the lemonade. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. Look around. Look at what you can find. Think of novel solutions. Try to figure out what you can do about it. But don't touch our networking gear, please. Or mess with our food vendors or beer vendors like Wi-Fi. Or anything outside of this mess hall. Keep it civil and have fun with it. There's plenty of stuff for you to hack here inside of these walls without having to cause problems for the rest of the community. With that in mind, I want to remind you of our code of ethics. Respect privacy, again, that is our #1 ethos. Serve and protect the community. So, not an ideology, us. Share knowledge with the community. If somebody asks you something, that means they want to learn. That is not an opportunity to talk down on them or tell them that you're smarter than them. We really don't need more alpha nerds or whatever toxic combination of pronouns we can put before it. Act with integrity. Avoid conflicts of interest. So if you know you're in a position where you really shouldn't say anything, then don't. Don't play with fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Don't give in to the narrative of everything just falling apart magically. Everything is broken, yes, but it can be fixed. Protect everyone's data. If you accidentally compromise another attendee's mobile device or laptop or whatever because they forgot to turn off their Wi-Fi and they walked into your rogue AP trap, and you didn't really mean to get all of their sensitive information, make sure you delete it and get rid of it before it becomes a problem. Don't be an asshole. Really, that's the core of it. If you see somebody else being an asshole, be brave enough to step up and stop. So, it's going to get hectic. You're going to get sucked into a black hole of a multitude of things that are interesting, funny, and sometimes a bit scary. If you're doing something that's fun, and you're late for something that you don't know if it'll be fun, keep doing the fun thing. You won't regret it. If you're sitting beside somebody who is sitting alone, introduce yourself. Make a new friend. Become part of the community. Be the best you and enjoy. Thank you and welcome.